geeky with Gamer Leaf, the podcast in which one man strives to level up his geekhood and helping you do the same, one battle at a time. Now, let's get geeky with Gamer Leaf.
The world as we know it has been destroyed, replaced with a barren wasteland. The scraps of humanity fight over lost technology, scouring the wastes in their armored convoys. 4 factions have emerged, ready to fight over what little remains. Welcome to the Wasteland Warriors. Take command of 4 different vehicle classes, each with their own strengths and special skills. Occupy a salvage site and defend it against the next player. Survive their turn to collect it. Collect salvage to gain a tactical advantage. Use them to boost your vehicles or disrupt your opponent's plans. Choose when to unleash your faction power, devastating one-use abilities that can turn the tide of battle. The Wasteland provides its own challenges. Events force you to adapt to survive. Area control, resource management, vehicular violence. War is coming. It's time to pick a side. Pledge now and join the fight.
That sound familiar to you guys? It may have, it may not have. It did sound familiar to me because we have seen this game before. This is the story of Wreck and Ruin, a new game that's currently on Kickstarter. And tonight we're lucky to have not only Mark McKinnon of Wreck and Ruin fame, but now I think he's probably upgraded to Mark McKinnon of Wreck and Ruin World Domination. Is that correct, Mark? Is that how you fall in line with Wreck and Ruin? You're the creator mastermind behind this great game?
Yeah, definitely. It's of Wreck and Ruin funded fame now.
Yeah, funded fame. Not World Domination, just funded fame, or what should we go with?
We'll start small. I don't want to get too big, so yeah. We'll start with that. World Domination's next week.
Okay, so next week. So if you tune in next week, you'll be able to find Mark McKinnon of World Domination, but right now he's going to be just Wreck and Ruin funded fame, so that's awesome. Yeah, congratulations from Getting Geeky with Gamer Leaf. We really appreciate it, you coming on the show, but wanted to congratulate you for your project finally funded.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me, and thanks for that. It's really nice to hear that.
No problem, no problem. So, I know you've been on a time or two, actually, 2 times or whatnot, but I guess they say the third time's a charm, maybe. So, per se, somebody hasn't listened to one of the previous episodes, and maybe they don't want to go clear back. There's like close to 200 episodes that we recorded over the year or whatnot. So maybe they're too tired of going. They don't want to go back and listen to all those. So I would recommend they do. But if they don't, Mark, how did you get started into tabletop board gaming?
So for me, it's kind of I did what a lot of people did, is I kind of went away from it and took a break from games. But it used to be Warhammer that I played, and then I moved back in to the family home. I moved back in with my mum, and I had all my old drawings still on the walls for like Space Marines and things like that. So I got a bit nostalgic and jumped on eBay and just started buying up gaming real estate until it led me here.
There you go. Awesome. So because I never let the fans do it. Maybe I should. Maybe it would help, but they probably still don't want me to do it. So mine is Wreck and Ruin, because my fans might have me drug out into the wasteland and do who knows what to me if I let you pick your own game. So mine is Wreck and Ruin. Do you currently have a different favorite game, Mark?
So my favorite game just now is Kingdom Death. I still can't get it to the table enough, but yeah, I love that. just something nice and big and meaty that you can get into, and just for campaigns and things like that is brilliant.
That reminds me, we were supposed to do a Kingdom Death mashup with Monopoly episode.
I've not got any further design in that yet, so.
Oh boy. So I guess we'll have to settle for a Wreck and Ruin episode.
We need to go for that sometime.
For sure. Yeah, awesome. So word on the street is you have well, I guess not so new anymore, but you have a newly funded game on Kickstarter. What can you tell us about Wreck and Ruin, Mark, in case somebody hasn't tuned into your previous episodes?
Yeah, so Wreck and Ruin is a 2 to 4 player game set in a post-apocalyptic wasteland, and what you're doing is you're commanding your fleet of vehicles. It's all vehicle miniatures, and you're using them to go out into the wasteland to collect the last of Earth's technology, but you also have to defend it against other players. So in your turn, you're wanted to move on to these sites, and you need to survive one other turn without taking any damage in order to win it as the victory point. So there's always this threat that something's going to score, so there's pressure on you all the time to deal with whoever was just had their turn, so that they don't get a kind of runaway lead. So yeah, it's this kind of nice, you're trying to get your own points, but you're also trying to stop other people, and it leaves for a lot of kind of grudge matches and things like that set up for later on. A lot of grudges are held in this game.
Oh boy. If I recall, your family holds a lot of grudges in Monopoly too, don't they?
They do, yeah. We've not talked about it for a while, we've not played Monopoly for a while, but yeah, they're a grudgy family.
Oh boy. So you're not playing Wreck and Ruin with the family, are you?
Definitely not, no. I think we wouldn't talk after that.
Oh boy, yeah, we don't want that. We don't want to break up the McKinnons.
Definitely not, no.
So awesome. So per se, because I maybe I'm a little bit, maybe I've got more of an open heart, or maybe I'm not as offended. Yeah, I'm not easily offended. So maybe I could sit down and play Wreck and Ruin sometime when you come to the States. So per se, me and you were to sit down to play Wreck and Ruin, how would that look? Wait, how would it sound? I mean, this is a podcast after all.
We'd be having lots of fun, first of all. The game's very... You've got your limited actions that you use to activate your vehicle. So what happens is I'd be coming out of my area across the wasteland map. All the tiles are double-sided, so we make our own map every time we play it. I would get onto a couple of these sites, but then what would happen is you'd set up and you'd say, do you know what, I'm going to kill your guy now. So you come across the wasteland, you're racing across the wasteland towards me, rolling dice, firing guns at me, trying to ram my small vehicles off some of these sites, pushing me and getting you onto it while vehicles are blowing up everywhere and careering off, causing all kinds of further damage as they go across the desert as fireballs sometimes into your own vehicles as well. So it's a very cinematic game. It's very the last kind of combat scenes in Mad Max Fury Road. It's got that kind of feel to it all the time.
Awesome. And what can you tell me about, I remember, you talked about a little bit here, but that mechanic idea, is that still involved where, like, per se, my car just takes a beating or whatnot, and then it goes out of control and it gives damage to other things in the way?
Yeah, so what happens is that if something is wrecked, each vehicle can only take so much damage, and that's represented, the models have got peg holes in them. So what happens is when it takes damage, you put the little flame peg in it so you can actually see the damage on your model, which looks really cool, but also gives you that tactical element where you can look across the board and you can see exactly where, just how badly everyone's stuff is damaged. So you've got your full tactical situation, but yeah, when it takes the final piece of damage, it becomes wrecked and then it crashes and burns, so it goes off in a random direction and blows up, but nothing's ever out the game permanently, so you can spend some of your actions to repair it to get it back in the game, but it starts to restrict how much you can do in a turn because you are very limited and you can't activate everything.
Cool. Yeah, I really like that mechanic. I thought that was pretty cool. So what does our turn look like, Mark?
Yeah, so what happened is in my turn, I would get, if it's a 2-player game, we'd get 5 actions per turn. So my 3 basic actions are to move a vehicle, to attack, that's to shoot somebody, or I can ram somebody. So in my turn, I would spend all 5 of my actions. So I could use that. I've got a little wasteland guide that basically tells you how far everything can move, how easy it is to hurt, how much armor it has, how much damage it can take, and how many dice you're rolling when attacking. So you've got that, and you use that basically to say, right, I'm going to move out my wrecker. His job is to run everything else off the road. So take your wrecker out, and maybe I'll run him up towards one of your occupied sites. And as long as I'm ramming something smaller than it, I'm going to get it to push off there. So I'll say, right, I'm going to ram your bike now. So I get to roll attack dice, you get to roll defense dice, but because I'm bigger than you, I've always got the advantage. So chances are I'm probably going to squish it, and then I get to basically steal the point off you. So I would take all 5 of my actions. You also, when you collect these sites, you get salvage cards, and it's a unique deck, 56 cards. Every single one's different, so whatever you've got, guaranteed nobody else has it. And they're free to use, but basically what they allow you to do is they allow you to bend and break pretty much every rule in the game. So something like you normally can't move through any other vehicles. So there's a card in there, Stunt Driver, which allows you to jump over an occupied hex and things like that. So each card has got a way of cheating the game, basically. So you have them. And you also have your faction power. So that's your faction super move that you can use basically to change the tide of the battle in your favour. So depending on what faction you have, they all have a different feel. So your salvos, they're all about survivability and collecting more resources. So they've got things in there like a force field generator. Whereas your Reapers, they're aggressive for aggressive players. So all their action cards, they're all attack cards. Every single one of them is a different kind of attack that they can do. Your Rune Army are your high-tech guys, so they can call in an unmanned drone to help them and just kind of give you an additional model that you can use to move about and, just mess about with people. Or they can call in an orbital laser strike to take out something right across the other side of the map. Or you've got your Desertkin, which are your wasteland kind of nomads, but they have a kind of symbiote relationship with all the creatures of the wasteland, so they can get the wasteland itself to help them. You're using all these basically just to help you to win these points. And then what would happen is, that'd be the end of my turn. I could do all of that, and then on your turn, any of the sites I'm still sitting on are going to turn to the green side, so all the tokens flip over. And then you've got to the end of your turn to do something about it. And any of them that are still green by the time you spend all your actions come to me as points. So what do? Do you get the other ones, the empty ones that are out on the map, or do you just try and stop me scoring? It's whether you can afford to allow me some points to get your own points, or getting into a position where you can get one but I can't get to you to contest it.
Awesome. Yeah, so I don't know what I would do. It sounds like there might be a lot of choices available. So are my friends going to hate me as I suffer from AP or analysis paralysis? Will my friends hate me more if I play Wreck and Ruin with them than they would otherwise?
You can get a little bit of analysis paralysis, but generally what happens is you've only got the 4 actions per turn. So the cards are all very situational. So you tend not to use a lot of them all the time. But you've got your 4 actions to activate your vehicles, and usually by the time it comes round to your turn, you have a fair idea of what you're doing, because you can see who's going to score and what's going to score, and you can see how close you are to it and see if there's anything you can do about it. So you actually won't suffer. You will get a bit of analysis paralysis if you're inclined, but yeah, you won't be inundated with it. So yeah, I mean, but your friends are all sitting there they're sitting there with their cards. Some of their cards can be played on your turn as well. So they might be sitting there just waiting for you to do something so that they can mess around with it. So they can either cancel one of your actions, or maybe do one of the actions for you. So they'll be too busy concentrating on what they're doing to to worry about you as well.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you for doing that for us, Mark. So that's great. So let's see here. Now, this is not the first, like we talked about before, this is not the first run on Kickstarter. What did you do different this time than the other 2 times, Mark?
I changed a couple of things this time round. So one thing you'll see is that I got a lot of new artwork done, updated the artwork, and I think you'll agree it looks a lot better. I also cleaned up my logo. I just made that a bit kind of more appealing, and cleaned up the page in general, just so it kind of, I put it to the Kickstarter advice group on Facebook to see, you know, when the last campaign failed, I said, right, what do you think I can do different? And everybody said, you know, you've got the bare bones of a good thing there. It's just kind of polishing the page up to kind of really make it shine. So that's what I did. I focused on making a nice clean page, but also getting a point, you know, across all the points that it needed to.
Awesome. And did you have more reviews or anything? Or like, for say somebody doesn't necessarily want to take your word for it, as you might be a bit biased. You got review. Is there anybody reviewing the game?
So I've got loads of reviews on there already. There was less than 2 months between the last campaign and this one, so I've actually I've not got much more kind of more new reviews in. But I was at UK Games Expo after the launch, so that's a big convention over here, and I did have quite a few people come over and speak to me there, so there is still content kind of coming through with my name on it. People loved the game, so I was there for 3 days with 3 games, and we were mobbed the whole time. I still have people messaging me saying I really wanted to play it, but you were just busy.
Oh, well, did you tell them that they can go ahead and back it and then they'll be able to play it?
Oh yeah, of course. I said, yep, now's your chance. Now's your chance to get on there and get on top of it. And I also have a little secret for you, Blake.
Oh, what's that?
Wreck and Ruin will be at Origins.
Oh, there you go. Does that mean that Mark McKinnon of Wreck and Ruin funded fame will be at Origins too?
I'm afraid I'm not there, no. But what happened was I met a nice guy called Michael who runs the Game Steward, and he loved the game when he came over to see it at the expo. And then he messaged me when I got home and said, if you can get a game to me, I'll show it off at Origins. And I was like, it's done deal. Because, yeah, I can't get across, but it means that anyone stateside that's going to Origins gets a chance to see it.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I won't be there, but other people, if you're listening and you want to check out Wreck and Ruins and you're going to Origins, definitely check that out. And you said who was the one that will be showing it off there?
So it's the Game Steward. Now, they don't have a stand because it's all very kind of last minute for them, but basically if you message them on Facebook, what they'll do is they'll try and arrange something with you so you can get in and get a demo. They're taking 2 other games from the UK across, so yeah, they're running all 3, and it gives people a chance to see it that over that side maybe wouldn't normally get the chance just now because we're all still quite small fish in a big sea.
Well, there you go. So that's awesome. Yeah, and I can say, can I say you heard it here first on Getting Geeky with Game Relief, or are you on any other podcast this run?
Oh, just you. Just you. It's a Getting Geeky with Game Relief exclusive.
Well, there you go. So, yeah, you heard it here first on Getting Geeky with Game Relief. We really appreciate it, Mark. So, yeah, that's awesome. Now, per se, somebody's fallen asleep, Mark. They may have fallen asleep previously on you. I know they have. They seem to fall asleep during all my episodes, especially, like I said, I've been going just over a year, and we almost have 200 episodes up. So they get a little tired of hearing me drone on and on. So, but now they're suddenly jolted awake, so then I hit that oncoming convoy out there in the wasteland, and now you have their full attention. Why should they take a chance on Wreck and Ruin, post-apocalyptic vehicle miniature violence, especially with all the other great games out there on the Kickstarters currently?
So everyone that's played it has basically said it does remind them of other games, but there's nothing out there that's like this. So because you've got the combination of tactical action as well as, you know, a bit of luck with the dice, but resource management, because you can only do so much in a turn. You know what I mean? It's really Well, I was playing it last night. I demoed it last night, and one of the feedback was the Kickstarter does the game no justice on my campaign page. It doesn't do enough justice to say what this game actually does, and they all loved it. That way they're all rolling dice and they're all laughing and they're looking for certain scores, and then when they don't get them, they're all kind of winding each other up. So yeah, it's a great game. It's a great price on there as well, and I've got a retail pledge on there, but I don't have any distribution deal or anything like that. So you might not get another chance to get it.
Okay, so it's scarce. So yeah, you better get in on this campaign, because he's already done 2 others, and but this is the 3rd one, and the third one's a charm. So you better get in on it, people. Go ahead and at least check out the Wreck and Ruin page there on Kickstarter. We'll make sure we leave links in the show notes so you can at least go in and see what all the rave is all about.
Yeah, and there's plenty of cool stretch goals in there as well. So if people want to get on board, we can help unlock different sculpts for some of the miniatures, so that basically each faction has their own identity on the board. So cool stuff like that I want to do. If we can get enough funding to get that done, then yeah, you'll make it the best Wasteland game it can possibly be.
Awesome. So what kind of stretch goal are we going for? It looks like right now we're headed towards the alternate sculpts, and so yeah, has it ever since it funded, how's the momentum been?
So normally you would see a drop off after the first 48 hours. So I got through the first 48 hours quite well, and then I had the 3 days at Expo. So I've seen it steadily risen since then. So I funded on day 5, giving me another 25 days of the campaign to push it. So it's still steadily rising, still going up every day. And then I'm going to be running a demo tour over here, so I'm going to go to as many stores and cafes that I can to show it off, so that I can recruit even more warriors to the cause.
There you go. Awesome. Yeah, so that's cool. So yeah, make sure you go ahead and look out for this game coming to a cafe near you if you're listening over there in the UK.
Definitely. It'd be rude not to.
For sure. Awesome.
I've been too busy working out in the wasteland to look at my phone for the most part, so I think today we should mix up the adventures and application adventures. So I think it's about time we find out, Lake, what is your AAA today?
Okay, yeah, interesting question you posed, Mark. Yeah, so lately I've been playing a lot of, I downloaded Tetris on my phone, so yeah, that's pretty cool.
Going old school?
Yeah, for sure. I initially played this clear back in the 80s on Nintendo Entertainment System. But yeah, recently I got on my phone. My wife complains because it has tended to make my visits to the latrine or restroom increase in time.
Definitely. Can you save it, or do you have to finish it?
Yeah, you can save it. You can press pause and come back to it. Sometimes I do that, like, because the kids need something or whatnot, so that's a good feature.
Does it have a retro mode on it, like as if you're playing it on the old Game Boy? So can you have it with just a yellow screen?
I don't think it does, no. That'd be a good idea.
Yeah, just for nostalgia.
For sure, yeah, awesome. Yeah, that'd be good. All it does is, like, I'm doing a bunch of swiping with my fingers. I, like, swipe left or right or down, and then I tap it to be able to rotate the creature. But yeah, that'd be good for nostalgia.
Yeah, does it have the old school soundtrack as well?
Yeah, and there's got a bunch of other soundtracks as well. But yeah, you play that old school soundtrack for sure.
It was good as long as you weren't too good at the game, and then you're listening to it for about 2 hours solid, and you were dreaming about that tune.
Oh wow, you got to playing it for 2 hours solid?
I never did know, but you could imagine that if you played it for long enough, that tune would eventually you'd never forget it. You'd be hearing it in your dream.
For sure, yeah, for sure. Yeah, right now my highest score is like, right now, I don't remember what it was back in those days, but it's like 291,000, and those games take like just over 30 minutes, so yeah, for sure.
That's crazy. I don't think I could get anywhere near a score like that.
Oh boy, yeah. Well, I noticed it gets a little. You can tell once you get past 50,000, you can tell that you're past 50,000. It gets a little bit more hectic or faster.
Usually, what happens in those kind of games is that I've got a corner that I put all the rubbish bits that I can't fit anywhere, but then I have this frantic bit towards the last kind of couple of lines before I actually die, and that's where you're just frantically trying to fit things in anywhere you can to get it, just so you can keep going. And then eventually it gets too fast for me, and then they all pile up, and that's it, game over.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, that happened to me too at the end. Yeah, it gets pretty rough.
Yeah, until eventually you're not even looking anymore. You're just trying to drop stuff as fast as you can.
Yeah, for sure. What I would do if I wanted to make it better or fix it, Mark, I would probably get rid of the ads that are on the sidebar and whatnot.
Is it an ad one of those ones? Yeah. Is it just? Is it one of these ones that after you play it once, it pops up with the ad, and then you have to watch it or click on the link before you can play again?
Oh no! Thank goodness for that. No, but it's so they come on the sidebar or on the top. There's like an ad or whatnot. So it's really not that big of a deal. But that's the only thing I can think of that I would fix about it.
Yeah, just a bit distracting, is it?
Yeah, not too bad, but yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, as long as you enjoy playing it. As long as you enjoy playing it, that's the main thing. Yeah, you can ignore all those little bits if you still probably, is it one of those ones you could probably pay for it to remove the ads, but
that's what I wonder, but I didn't see anywhere, but that could be the possibility. I don't know that I pay him though.
How much is Tetris worth?
Yeah, I guess that's the question of the century, huh?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a good game, but it's had its day, and yeah, is it worth $4 or $5? I don't know. I'm sure there's plenty of other games out there that could do it and do it better.
Yeah, it's probably not near as worth as it would be for people to go ahead and check out Wreck and Ruin, which it looks like you can get for what is it, £45 or quids? I don't even know how that works.
Yeah, so it's £45 for the base game. For you guys over there, it's £14 shipping, just because I need to send it on a post-apocalyptic boat to get it across the toxic sea to you guys. But yeah, you can do that. You can get involved because there'll be a lot of copies over here, but I'd imagine it'll be quite scarce to get over there just because I have less connections on that side.
And I saw something interesting. I don't know if this was on your other campaigns, but I could just get the cool miniatures.
Yeah, so that's a new thing that I did with this one. Yeah, if you just want a set of the miniatures to play on any other game, you can there's a pledge just for that. So you can get a set of them and you can use them in any other kind of game system that you want, because the minis they're pretty cool on their own anyway. But it just means, yeah, if you're playing something else that needs cars, you can pimp up any game and just make them even cooler with. I mean, I have big rigs covered in guns and spikes and everything, and yeah, nobody wants to mess with that.
But I don't get the flames if I do that, do I?
Not the flames, no, just the minis. So if you use them in another game, you probably have to just plug the holes, something like that, if you don't want to keep the damaged pegs on there. So yeah, just the miniatures it is that you get.
Oh boy, well that's my favorite part. I like the flames. They look pretty cool.
Yeah, it's something that everybody says to me, that's such a cool idea. I bet we're going to see more of that now, and it surprised me that nobody else has done it up to now. I just assumed it was already a thing.
Yeah, I think a battleship when I see that, with the peg holes and whatnot. I think a battleship.
Yeah, that's exactly like it is. Except for instead of sinking the ship when you put the last one in, instead the ship crosses the sea and crashes into something else.
Awesome. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, but I really like what I've seen, so it looks pretty cool here on the. Yeah, so it's a great game from what I've seen. But unfortunately, Mark, I don't know what happened, but I still haven't seen a copy of it come by our house.
Do you know what? I've got one copy sitting ready to go, so I'll arrange that today. Today I will get a copy sent to you, and it'll be with you in a couple of days.
Well, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, so I've got one sitting with the guy. He just did a review for me, Robert Bob Nolan, who writes for uh, Initiative magazine, and also he's got his own website. It's Pen and Lead, it's called. But yeah, he's got it over there just now. So I'll send him a message just now and ask him to send it to you.
Well, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. And what's even more exciting is that it's no longer just of Wreck and Ruin fame, but of Wreck and Ruin funded fame.
Definitely, yeah. So if we keep going, who knows what title I end up with at the end.
Well, you said next week it'd be of World Domination. What is that, 20K, or what kind of number do we need to get to World Domination?
I haven't quite decided yet, but we've still got another 18 days of the campaign, so there's plenty of time for us to upgrade me to something better than just funded.
Okay, yeah, so you heard it here first on Getting Geeky with GamerLive. Let's go ahead and keep on getting Mark McKinnon of Wreck and Ruin funded fame's title upgraded for him by backing this great project.
I think that'd be the coolest stretch goal ever, where the creator gets an upgrade.
Yeah, can you do that? Well, can you put that at, let's see, just after 14K? Can you put that as the next one?
I don't know. What would I have to do to upgrade myself, though? I'd need to go to the gym or something.
I don't know. I like the title. Yeah, we could. Yeah, get you a gym, a home gym or whatnot. That might take more than 14K though, because you got to pay for the games and stuff.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'll have a think about it, see what I can do. I maybe just have to eat healthy and look after myself a bit more, because wasteland life out there is tough.
Or if we can get you a crown. I'm not seeing it. It looks like you may have traded in your gas mask or whatnot.
Oh no, I've still got my goggles. So I had them at the expo, the goggles in my armor sleeve. So still running about with them, and yeah, people were coming up saying how cool it was. And I had another set, so one of my helpers in the stand had a set as well. But yeah, just goggles, no crown, I'm afraid.
Yeah, we got to get your crown because, yeah, that's not showing up on the Kickstarter page anymore, the goggles and stuff. So we got to get you a crown or something to go along with your new title.
Yeah, so like a junkyard crown kind of made from old bits of metal.
There you go. Awesome. So, yeah, so this is cool. Yeah, and I don't know if you are you still listening to the podcast, or you've been too busy funding?
I've been too busy trying to do everything, so everything else is kind of fallen by the wayside. I'm a bit behind on my podcast just now, so unfortunately I don't get much spare time with everything that I'm doing with the campaign. But yeah, I'll get a little rest just after the campaign finishes, give me a bit of time to get it all, get caught up on that, but then it's straight into getting organised to get the game out to everybody, so I won't get much time, but I'll get a few in, I'm sure.
Well, there you go. Yeah, because what was it, a week or two ago? It might have been just not too long ago. I had some people on from Ireland, which I want to say is opposite of you guys. I know I always have a problem posting stuff from Ireland or whatnot.
Yeah, so yes, you finally realised that Ireland is a different country.
Yeah, so. I was proud of myself. They said give you a pint of drink or whatnot, and put a pint of drink in your hand, and you wouldn't have a problem with it. It's pretty much the same thing as what they told me.
Yeah, we can understand each other fine, but people from other countries struggle with us, you know. But yeah, us in Ireland, we're pretty similar, so we understand each other fine. We all get on fine. But yeah, sometimes other people, the English, don't like us ganging up on them. So.
Oh boy. Well, there you go. So mine is coming over there to Scotland. There, I said it twice. I got it right twice. That's awesome. So mine is coming over there to Scotland to stalk you in person, Mark McKinnon of Wreck and Ruin funded fame. How would people go about keeping up with you or what you have going on with your games?
Yeah, so obviously there's the Kickstarter campaign itself. So if they search for Wreck and Ruin, they'll see me on there. And I'm always quite active on the comments section of that. So anyone that wants to ask me questions on there can do it. You can also find me on Facebook under the game page. So it's / Wreck and Ruin game. Twitter, I love Twitter. So Twitter, I'm Wreck_and_Ruin. And I've got the website for the game as well. So that's www.wreckandruingame.co.uk. But if you want to speak to me, I'll say Kickstarter first. So you have to back to comment, but get on there. You can ask me anything on there, or come onto the Facebook page and you can talk to me there. I'll happily run through anything that you want to know.
Well, there you go. Awesome. So, yeah, like you said, let's go ahead and help him get this game, not only upgrade the game, but let's upgrade the creator to a new title.
Definitely. I think that's the coolest stretch goal I've ever heard of.
There you go. We'll put it. I'm hoping that I'll see that on there in a week or so.
Yeah, I'll maybe get on to work on that today, I think, maybe. I'll get that.
Oh, yeah, so I won't have to wait a week. That'd be good.
I'll get that game across to you as well.
There you go. That'd be cool. Yeah, and you can say stretch goal as mentioned on Getting Geeky with Game Relief or something.
Yeah, I'll get your logo. I'll put your logo against it and say that this was Gamer Leaf's idea. So yeah, let's upgrade me.
There you go. Yeah, awesome. So yeah, we don't want to keep you. Well, I guess it wouldn't be all night, but it'd be all day. It sounds like you might be able to go for a nap or whatnot with the way the baby's been sleeping. But yeah, so we don't want to keep you all night. But we really appreciate you coming on, Getting Geeky with Game Relief. We really appreciate it, Mark.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Lake. It's a great pleasure as always to speak to you.
No problem. And now, what can I say? I beat out our friend Richard from We're Not Wizards. I've had you on more, or how many times have you been on there?
I've been on there. I think I've been on there 3 times, but I've not. He's been too busy. I've not been able to speak to him for this campaign round. So either that, or he's just fed up speaking to me because he just wants me to fund. So, yeah, I've not had a chance to speak to him this time. So this one is an exclusive.
Oh, boy. So, and you've been on here 3 times?
I think this is my 3rd time now, yeah.
Yeah, 3rd time. So I guess we're tied with him or whatnot, but so yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's the missing link, not going on Richard's show. Maybe that helped.
I wouldn't tell him that though.
Yeah, don't tell him. Yeah, maybe he won't listen to this episode.
He might not be happy if we say that I funded because I didn't speak to him.
Yeah, that's not really the reason why. Well, we'd encourage you guys to go ahead and listen to We're Not Wizards as well. That's a great podcast over there in, let's see if I can do it again, in Scotland.
Yeah.
One of the few. There's, 3 of them over there, 3 or 4?
Only 3, and we only speak to 2 of them, so we don't know who the 3rd one is.
Oh, boy. And I'm kind of frustrated. It seems like Richard stopped saying the whole iTunes joke, or he did on the last episode I listened to.
Oh, did he? I loved that. The thing was, I don't have iTunes, so.
Oh, well, just where he says, if you want to rate and review us, make sure you give us don't give us a 10 as it'll make our heads too big, and don't give us a 1 because it'll make us cry, but give us a 5, somewhere in the middle.
And it only goes up to 5?
Pretty much, yeah.
Very clever. He's very clever.
I always like it, but then in the last episode, I told him too. He said he'd change things up, but yeah, that's the only episode I ever heard him not do it yet. So hopefully he's not getting rid of that. Well, there you go. So we could do that at a stretch goal. You think? Get Mark McKinnon on We're Not Wizards, the podcast. If we get so many backers,
I think I'll have to speak to Richard, see if he's happy enough with that. But yeah, there's definitely something. If he can squeeze me in somewhere, I'm sure he would anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, I like that as a stretch goal too. Like, depending on how it is, I know he's been kind of busy and stuff, but put that on as a stretch goal too.
I'll speak to him, see what we can organise.
That'd be cool. Yeah, awesome. I would tell people to back this just so that I could hear you on there again.
We always have a good laugh, and yeah, it's good fun.
For sure. Well, I better let you go take that nap that I talked of, but we really appreciate you coming on Getting Geeky with Game Relief with us tonight, Mark.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Lake. It's good to speak to you.
You too, sir.
It's time for Kickstarter Corner. To begin now.
You heard her right. It's time for
Kickstarter Corner.
So, yeah, awesome. So, it's Kickstarter Corner, like she said a couple of times there, I guess. just a reminder to go ahead and fill out our survey over at GameReliefGo.com. Kind of like Pokemon Go, but it's really GameReliefGo.com. Make sure to fill that out so we can know what you had for dinner, because that's the most important question on there. But anyways, let's get on with this, shall we?
Or what you had for your birthday last year.
I don't think that's one of the questions. But anyways, let's get on with the Kickstarter Corner, shall we?
Yes. First, on their merry way last week. So on, I'm pretty sure Tuesday it ends. So
let's tell them about it. What is it?
Path-building board games starring the underdogs and the tales of Robin Hood, the greedy merchants, and the merry men. And like I said, they end on Tuesday.
Yeah, so you want to definitely get this. So we'll get this one. They're only, about $2,000 away from their goal. So let's see On Their Merry Way actually become a reality.
And tell them also what you had for dinner.
Interesting. Anyways, the next one we got on our site is Castle Madness, The Stars Are Right. It's a Lovecraftian cult-building game for 2 to 4 players in which you are the old one. It's going through, the 20th of June?
So the old one.
I guess. Yeah, this game, I guess I'm the old one regardless of what game I play. But anyways, this one goes through the 20th of June. Definitely check it out. It looks like a fun game. I love the art.
And it's from somewhere else, because they don't have the normal dollar symbol.
Yeah, it's from Belgium. The creators are from Belgium. So definitely give it a check out on the Kickstarters. And then don't forget about
ArenaBots. ArenaBots is a strategic game type for 2 to 4 players. You play as a young pilot of bots in the universe of Eden. Oh, he could be young!
Yeah, I guess one game has me old, one game I can be young. So definitely check out ArenaBots. It's really cool, and actually...
they end on the 21st of June.
Interesting. I believe I had the creator of this on. Did I or did I not? Oh, no, we're trying to get... Let's see, did I? I'm trying to think. I think I had the creator on, or maybe I'm going to. What's his name? No, I don't think I did. Curses. Anyways, ArenaBots, definitely check that one out. I think I'm going to have the creator on. We were almost going to connect, but things didn't work out the way they did. So we're going to have to see if we can bring that to you right at the end of the campaign. Anyway, definitely check that one out. It's a short campaign, and it looks like a pretty fun game. Next, we've got...
Last one in a zombie-themed card game.
Yeah, see, she remembers. And I do have the creator of this show coming on. If this is... Maybe you already heard us talk about it, because this may be, depending how things go tonight, this may be that actual episode. But anyways, let's tell them about it, Princess Lee.
Last one is a 2 to 4 player zombie-themed card game where players race to save citizens or flood their opponents' town with zombies. I do the zombies.
Yeah, it was cool. And they're going through the 3rd of July, so definitely check this one out. It sounded really cool. I had a long discussion with the creator, Mark, and so, yeah, you may be listening to that episode right now. Next, we've got...
Monster Card Boulevard.
Monster Card Boulevard.
2 to 4 player strategic card game featuring 90 silly,
seductive,
and scary monster cards. Easy to learn, hard to monster.
Hey,
known as master.
Hey, Princess Lee is following my... She's following my lead.
Being silly.
Well, when I was doing it, I wasn't being silly. But yeah, this game's really silly. I had the creator and his team on.
My dad is also silly, so check him out.
So, yeah, Kickstarter Corner's over, and it means this is our least favorite time, your least favorite time. In the meantime, before we see you again, go ahead and...
Say geeky, get geeky, and bring others into the geek fold and tell everybody that Marky broke my heart.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but we'll catch you all on the flip side. Yeah. Gamer Leaf and Princess Leaf out.
Yeah, we're out.